Looking to impress your friends, amaze your kids, or dazzle your family with some mind-blowing trivia? You've come to the right place. We've gathered 61 fascinating facts that will change how you see the world and beyond. So buckle up and get ready to entertain your little ones, impress or maybe annoy your co-workers, and leave your dinner guests in awe. These incredible tidbits cover everything from animals to space, geography, science, and more. Welcome to our adventure of oddities. 1. Did you know that a cloud can weigh around 1,000,000 tons? A typical cloud has a volume of about 1 cubic kilometer and a density just slightly less than the air around it. That's how it floats. 2. Giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people. Though rare, giraffes' height makes them more susceptible to lightning strikes, with documented cases proving it. 3. Identical twins don't have the same fingerprints. Environmental factors in the womb, like the position and growth rate, create unique fingerprints even for identical twins. 4. Earth's rotation is changing speed. It's actually slowing down, which means the length of a day increases by 1.8 seconds per century. 600 million years ago, a day lasted just 21 hours. 5. Your brain is constantly eating itself. This process, called phagocytosis, helps remove damaged cells and isn't harmful. It actually preserves your brain's health. 6. The largest piece of fossilized dinosaur poo discovered is over 30 centimeters long. Believed to be from a T-Rex, this fossilized dung helps scientists understand the dinosaur's diet. 7. The universe's average color is called cosmic latte. A study in 2002 found that the light from galaxies averages into a beige color close to white. 8. Animals experience time differently from humans. Smaller animals like salamanders perceive time more slowly than humans, making the world around them appear to move in slow motion. 9. Water might not be wet. Scientists define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with a solid surface. By that definition, water itself isn't wet, it just makes other things wet. 10. A chicken once lived for 18 months without a head. In the 1940s, a chicken named Mike survived with just enough brainstem left intact to keep him alive. 11. All the world's bacteria stacked on top of each other would stretch for 10 billion light years. These tiny microbes could wrap around the Milky Way over 20,000 times. 12. Wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain by 7.5%. A study found that tight neckties can cause dizziness and headaches by restricting blood flow. 13. The fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrosis squipedaliophobia. Ironically, it's one of the longest words in the dictionary. 14. The world's oldest dog lived to be 29.5 years old. An Australian cattle dog named Bluey holds this impressive record. 15. The world's oldest cat lived to 38 years and 3 days old. Cream Puff, the oldest cat ever recorded, holds this remarkable record. 16. The sun makes a sound, but we can't hear it. Pressure waves from the sun are far beyond the range of human hearing, but they do exist. 17. Mount Everest isn't the tallest mountain on Earth. Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa in Hawaii are taller if you measure from base to peak, including the underwater portions. 18. Our solar system has a wall. The heliopause, where solar wind isn't strong enough to push back interstellar wind, marks the boundary of our solar system. 19. Octopuses don't actually have tentacles, they have arms. Tentacles are technically defined as limbs, with suckers only at the end, which most octopuses don't have. 20. Most maps of the world are wrong. The Mercator projection, commonly used, distorts land sizes, making places like Greenland appear much larger than they are. 21. NASA genuinely faked part of the moon landing. While the landing itself was real, the quarantine procedures when astronauts returned to Earth were mostly for show. 22. Comets smell like rotten eggs. Comets have a unique scent due to chemicals like hydrogen sulfide and ammonia, which give them a pungent odor. 23. Earth's poles are moving. The magnetic poles have reversed 171 times in the past 71 million years. We're overdue for another flip, with the North Pole moving 55 kilometers per year. 24. You can actually die laughing. Intense laughter can trigger heart attacks or suffocation in some unfortunate cases. 25. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth, originally developed in Scotland in the 18th century to help with childbirth. Chainsaws weren't used for wood until the 20th century. 26. Ants don't have lungs, they breathe through tiny openings called spiracles, which let air into their bodies. 27. The T-Rex likely had feathers. Fossils discovered in China suggest that the ancestors of the T-Rex were feathered, meaning the T-Rex might have been too. 28. Football teams wearing red kits play better. Studies show that teams in red kits consistently perform better in home matches due to how color influences perception and behavior. 29. Wind turbines kill between 10,000 and 100,000 birds each year in the UK. Interestingly, painting one blade black can reduce bird deaths by 70%. 30. Snails have teeth, lots of them. Snails can have between 1,000 and 12,000 tiny teeth, all located on their file-like tongues. The quietest place on Earth, Microsoft's anechoic chamber, measures negative 20.6 decibels. It's so silent that you can hear your own blood flow. A horse normally has more than 1 horsepower. A horse can produce up to 24 horsepower at its peak. Your signature could reveal personality traits. A study found that larger signatures in men correlate with higher social bravado, while in women it may indicate narcissism. 1 in 18 people have a third nipple. This condition, called polythelia, is more common than you might think. Bananas are radioactive. Bananas contain potassium-40, a natural isotope that makes them slightly radioactive. There's no such thing as a straight line. Zoom in on anything and you'll find irregularities. Even a laser beam is slightly curved. Deaf people use sign language in their sleep. There are cases of deaf people signing in their sleep, revealing what they might be dreaming about. Finland is the happiest country on Earth. According to the World Happiness Report, Finland has held the top spot for 6 years in a row. Hippos can't swim. Despite living in water, hippos move by galloping along the riverbed rather than swimming. The moon looks upside down in the southern hemisphere. Compared to the northern hemisphere, the moon appears flipped, making the man in the moon look more like a rabbit. You can yo-yo in space. NASA astronaut Don Pettit demonstrated yo-yo tricks on the International Space Station, proving that angular momentum works even in microgravity. Not only plants photosynthesize, algae and some organisms like sea slugs can convert sunlight into energy just like plants. You can be heavily pregnant and not realize it. Cryptic pregnancies occur more often than you might think, with some women not realizing they're pregnant until they go into labor. Bacteria on your skin cause your itches. Certain bacteria, like Staphylococcus aureus, release chemicals that trigger itching by activating proteins in our nerves. Starfish don't have bodies. Their entire structure is considered a head, along with other echinoderms like sea urchins. Someone was constipated for 45 days. In 2013, a woman had to undergo surgery to remove a massive fecal mass after suffering from constipation for 45 days. You travel 2.5 million kilometers a day around the sun. The Earth orbits at a speed that carries us 2.5 million kilometers around the sun every day. Fish form orderly queues in emergencies. In narrow spaces, fish like the neon tetra will queue up to avoid collisions, showing that fish can respect social rules better than humans sometimes. There are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells. The average human body is about 56% bacteria, though by weight we are over 99.7% human. Most ginger cats are male. The gene that causes ginger fur is found on the X chromosome, making male ginger cats more common. Your nails grow faster in the summer. This might be due to increased blood supply to your fingertips during warmer months. Penguins propose to their mates with a pebble. Male penguins search for the perfect pebble to present to their chosen female, much like an engagement ring. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. A leap year isn't exactly every 4 years. To keep our calendar in sync with the Earth's orbit, leap years are skipped every 100 years, unless the year is divisible by 400. The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during summer. Due to thermal expansion, the metal tower grows as the temperature rises. Human noses and ears never stop growing. While most body parts stop growing, noses and ears continue to grow due to gravity and cartilage. Peanuts are technically legumes, not nuts. They belong to the same family as beans and lentils. You have fewer bones than when you were born. As you grow, some of your bones fuse together, leaving you with 206 bones as an adult, down from about 270 at birth. Venus rotates in the opposite direction to most planets. If you lived on Venus, you'd see the sun rise in the west and set in the east. Owls can't move their eyeballs. Instead of moving their eyes, owls turn their heads up to 270 degrees to see in different directions. Elephants can hear through their feet. Elephants pick up subsonic vibrations from the ground through their feet, allowing them to sense danger or other elephants from far away. There you go, 61 incredible facts to blow your mind. Stay tuned, subscribe, and don't miss out on the next set of mind-bending facts coming your way.